Hello, everybody. Let's try something new today. These transmissions of the weekly free instant tournament, they are all focused on match points, of course. And so I was thinking of doing something devoted to imps. And I think that the best scenario, the best venue for that is the daily tournament at Funbridge. Now, many of you might not be aware that there are other bridge playing platforms besides BBO. The ones that I visit sometimes are Funbridge and Intobridge, both very good. And of course, BBO is very popular too. Funbridge is not free as BBO is, but it's quite affordable. So let's go there. They have a 20 board tournament, two 20 board tournaments, actually more than two because they are geared towards the global time zones. So I'll play on my time zone, Eastern, but I could play on Europe or on Western USA if I wanted to. So let me share my screen. Let's go to Funbridge. Funbridge, here it is. And tournament of the day, we're playing imps. You see they have 4 sets of tournaments, USA West, USA East, Europe, and Asia on each day. And since the deals are switched every day, it's not the same setup as the weekly free instant tournament, so I will not publish this video before tomorrow. I will publish it tomorrow. I'm playing it on Wednesday, but I'll publish it on a Thursday. And so the idea is not for you to compare your plays with mine unless you start playing the IMP tournament at Funbridge regularly. And I transform this experiment into a regular feature at the Bridge Studio. So I want to get your feedback about this idea. Let me know if you want something more dedicated to imp thinking. It's another way of thinking about bridge, very different from match points. But let's see what we can learn here. We're playing with robots like BBO. The Funbridge robot is called Argin. And some pros and cons. I would say that roughly equivalent in skill level, but not in the same things. Anyway, let's go. I have 10 high card points, but 4-3-3-3 is a bad shape for aggressiveness. Now, in imps, there is a major variable in this kind of decision that is not so essential as in match points as it is in imps, which is our vulnerability. So we are not vulnerable here. You see the colors, the green colors around the letter N and S, north and south, means that we are not vulnerable. Another way to look at that is you see that text vulnerability east-west, we are south. So we are not vulnerable here. And so in imps, not vulnerable, pushing towards game is regular in all forms of, in all vulnerabilities, but when you're not vulnerable is not that desperate, not that extreme. If we were vulnerable here, I wouldn't be satisfied with only 2 spades. I would try to show an invite because not because of the extra high card point. It's the big thing for me is not that straight jack of clubs may come in handy, of course, but it's not that. It's the 2 spade honors. So my 10 high card points appear to be very useful to partner. So the queen of spades are surely useful. The ace of hearts is surely useful. Jack 10 of clubs, not so much. Not so surely, maybe not. We'll see. And so if we were vulnerable, I would invite. Here, I will content myself with 2 spades. And that is the final contract. So partner has 12. The perfect fit, actually. All our cards and shape is combining very well. Singleton heart opposite the ace. I have Jack 10 of clubs opposite his queen. If that Jack of clubs were the Jack of diamonds or the Jack of hearts, for instance, would be far less useful. So perfect shape. It's possible that we'll get 10 tricks here, but not a certainty because they have the possibility of a club ruff. So let's play the king here, which would be the natural card, regardless of my holding. If they switch to clubs, they had switched to clubs. Now, what we need to do is to draw trumps. I don't believe that Mr. East, the trump leader, has a small singleton club. And so I will play accordingly. Let's see. Okay, now the hand is over. No club ruff, we can claim all the tricks. Nobody would be game even if I invited partner that doesn't have an acceptance, which goes to show how random these decisions might be. But some people got there. See? So we were in the main group. Here you can see how many players have played this board so far. Most people were sharing our result. Board 2 is a 20 high card points. That's a 2-no trump opening bid. And a 3-spade response to Stamen. That's 20 boards. So this will be a fairly long video if I am able to finish it before my next appointment, let's say. And so maybe I will cut it short. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how lengthy is the commentary. Here we have a quick pass. Okay, let's counter tricks. We have 5 spade tricks if they're breaking 3-2, because we'll get eventually 1 ruff. 5 spade tricks, ace, king, and ace, that's 10. Now we want to get more than 10. This being imps doesn't mean that we should not be looking for an over trick. And so the easiest way to get more than 10 is to ruff 2 diamonds in diamond. Or for us to get an extra diamond trick. So let's stack this. If he continues with a diamond, as he did, now we can establish a 10-9 of diamonds, discarding clubs from dummy. We lead a diamond and discard a club, and somebody will win the jack, but later we'll ruff a club in dummy, so that is 11 tricks. So it's time to draw trumps. Okay, jack of spades. That means that if spades are 4-1, if that is a singleton, we won't be able to ruff anything in dummy or in our hand without establishing another trump trick. So let us see. No, it was fooling around. We can now claim, actually, losing a diamond. Let's see if he will see the claim. Maybe he won't accept it. Yes, he did. I could maybe get 12 tricks here. Yes, I could. Diamond ruffed, diamond jack ruff. And then I would cash his king of hearts at some point. I don't know. I would probably finesse in hearts. Anyway, 11 tricks. Some people got an extra imp out of the 12th. In real life, I surely would not have claimed at that point, but I'm worried about those 20 boards that I want to cram into one video. Okay, now that's a nice hand. He's being our best suit. We might have a hard fit. It's a heavy 2-heart over call, but we need some support from partner to get. You see, partner is quite weak. And even then, we have basically 10 top tricks, right? 5 spades, thanks to that very useful jack of spades, and 5 hearts, and probably an 11th with the diamond king. But any other path was, I think, too risky. Let's try to draw trumps. See if they are breaking. They are. Now, opener has ace, king, queen of clubs. So maybe the ace of diamonds is offside. There is room for opener to have ace, king, queen of clubs, and queen, jack of diamonds. That would be 12 high card points. there's nothing other than to try. Yeah, ace of diamonds offside means that we have claim for 10 tricks. Zero wimps. No big gain so far. 12 Hackard points. The right, proper, and natural way to bid this hand is to bid two clubs because Sparta might be very strong and we might have a club slam. So I know some people would bid one spade, but really there is time to find about spades. If partner had rebid two diamonds or two no trumps, I would bid my spades. Over two hearts, though, the only situation in which we have a spade fit would be when partner has a three suitor. And when he has a club single, maybe three no trumps is better. So I'll just bid. I don't know. Let me see if three no shows a minimum. I want to show a minimum. Yes, three no. Okay. That is a slam invite. I should be accepting that. I have the maximum of a minimum. Although my points are probably not fitting very well with his, but I like the 10 of diamonds. Maybe partner has a doubleton club instead of a singleton. We'll see. He should have. Yes. 10 of diamonds is good, and the king of clubs is good also. So 6-0 appears to be very solid. We can get worst case scenario 4 tricks in each minor. No, 3 diamonds and 4 clubs is the worst case scenario. 7, 3 spades 10, 2 hearts 12. That is the absolute worst case scenario. So let's win this in hand because we want to develop diamonds and claim. Now we have a claim. 12 top tricks. Now that's a chunky result. A good number of imps, 11 imps. So you see one difference between imps and match points is that some deals are much more important than others. In match points, all deals are roughly of the same value for your total score. This deal here, if we had shirked, we did not accept invite, the swing in imps is 16 imps. It's either plus 11 or minus 5. That is a huge swing. 16 imps riding in one board. It's more than probably all the other boards combined. So imps is a game of wait and see. You try to survive the little boards without running too much risks. Unlike in match points when you are competing for part scores like crazy, imps you don't get too frisky in these little boards. Of course, you want to compete for part scores, and don't get me wrong. It's very important to compete for part scores in imps too, but there is slightly less risk taking in the small boards because the big boards are where the action really happens. 16 Hackard points. Some people would, I think, open a no trump or some number of no trumps here. I'm a big believer in showing my good suits, particularly in imps. I think another difference here is that match points, hiding your hand to play no trumps and get a better score is a more likely strategy. But here, I think 3 clubs is okay. It's not even granted that we'll make it. We have only 8 top tricks, 6 clubs, an ace, and a heart. I stuck this because sometimes they switch to diamond, which would be helpful. No, the switch was to a heart. So bad either. So let's try to pay attention to what's going on in the side suits. Wes has king, queen, jack of spades. So he certainly doesn't have ace, king of diamonds. He would have a bid over one club if he had that. East might have ace, king of diamonds if it's short, and if he has good hearts, because after one club, one heart, he wouldn't have a good bid. And that jack of hearts switch makes it possible that this is the case. And so if somebody has ace king of diamonds, it's more likely, almost certain, that it is east. Another question that we should be asking is who, if anybody, has a doubleton diamond? And here again, since West switched to a heart, might be from a doubleton, in which case East would have ace fifth of hearts and he was stuck without a bid. He might have only two diamonds. So I'm convincing myself that I should be playing a low diamond from dummy now. That is my sole sure entry to dummy. Okay. And now if we can survive without a ace king of diamonds here, as expected, we can survive without a club rough, a diamond rough, we're home. No. So unless clubs were 2-2, there was nothing we could have done. And indeed, they should not be because spades are 6. Yeah, clubs were 3-1. So if there was no way to make it. If I draw trumps when I win the ace of spades, I would lose 3 diamonds anyway. Took our best shot. We got 1 imp. See, this board, whatever we did, the swing is between +1 and -3. That's the most that could happen here. Is a much less relevant board than the 6 no trump hand. Now we have a weak hand, but support for partner. We are not full versus full. That is a position in which we should be very aggressive in trying to disturb their auction. So I think 3 spades is in order here. They are showing values with an opening in a two-level response. It's at least 11-12 for opener and 9-10 to responder at least. So we want to make it tougher for them to sort out what's going on. And indeed, having them playing 4 clubs is probably the ideal position for us. 4 clubs. They have a lot to lose and not a lot to gain. So this reluctant raise by West indicates apparently a balanced hand without spade shortness or a stopper. So I will read this low spade. Well, he had a stopper, and he had, I think, a fairly possible 4 club raise immediately. In any case here, unless partner has king 10 of hearts fourth, which is a possibility, we are in bad shape. See? I'm blocking the spades if there is any need for that. He'll draw trumps and try to run hearts. He won't be successful. Doesn't have 3 hearts, of course, unless he has the 10 of hearts. Hearts are not running. He had 5 clubs, 3 spades, 2 hearts, and 3 diamonds. So he will lose only 1 diamond. He discarded one, but he still has 1 in his hand. His hand is 5-3-3-2, and he can claim this. 9 imps. See? So we prevented them from bidding 5 clubs or 4 hearts. 4 hearts is not. They're both better. You see how you can get imps with weak hands. That's another important lesson here. By forcing them to guess what's going on. Opener had a much better hand in support of clubs than he was able to show. He either had to take the bull by the horns and bid 4 clubs over 3 spades immediately, which is what I would have done, and then the responder would have raised the game. But the way he bid pass and then 4 clubs, he could have had, instead of 4 diamonds in 1 spade, 3 diamonds and 2 spades, and now 4 clubs is the limit. And so they had a problem, and the problem was created by our jump raise. Okay, no trump opening bid here. What is this? Two clubs? It's probably stamen. Yes. The double is major minor, I think. Yes. Four cards in the major and five cards in the minor. Let's show our hearts. So this guy should have a very interesting hand to be bidding by himself. Vulnerable versus not. Against a strong no trump. His hand is... He surely has 6 diamonds. Which is not great. 6 diamonds and 4 spades. That means that we have to rough 2 diamonds high. And lose a spade. Well, that is nice piece of news. But we still have to rough diamonds high. The problem is whether we should cash the spades before playing a second diamond. I think we should. I don't think this guy would have bid like that with 5 spades. He shifted to the 7. Let's cash our spades. The point of cashing spades... Wait, he had hearts. Oh, I didn't count on that. So he has 4 hearts. Well, now we will be roughed with a singleton. Could we make this if we have divined that he had hearts? Cashing 1 trump, he would draw the second trump, so probably not. You can claim now there are only 2 trumps left. Probably not. Let's see, ace of diamonds, spade shift, I cash 1 trump and lead the diamond. He wins and plays a trump. I win in my hand. I have ace king 8. Rough a diamond low. Play a spade. He roughs and leads his final trump. So I'm left with a diamond in my hand, losing diamond. I roughed only 1 diamond. I lost a trump and 3 diamonds. I think I can't make it. Not without a mistake. Some people did find that mistake, but most didn't. Anyway. 11 high card points, another stamen hand, followed by a game. Raised again. Not a great fit with the queen of spades hitting air. 7 of spades could be ace jack or king jack 7, king jack 9 7. So it looks like we're in trouble, especially if it's a 5 card suit. Let's see. Now, is that 7 of spades? Should be king 9 8 7. It should be something like that. But if it's 6 spades, then I should duck this. These robots sometimes play deceptively. So could West be leading the jack from ace king jack, which is the main reason for me to play the queen? I can't block this suit because West shouldn't have ace jack 9. The robot wouldn't lead the 7 from king 8 7 end. But ace king jack of spades 4th, let's say. He can diagnose that I have the queen, but not that I have 3. Unless the robot only leads high from 4, never from 5. Not that sure. I will duck because I think spade 6-2 is a more relevant case. Of course, the likelihood that this mattered was very low. Both were very unlikely cases. These spades were 5-3. So we are down off the top. We noted that West discarded a club. And that is it. Dummies high. Zero imps as expected. Only the timid souls, not a great strategy at imps. Only the timid souls would stop. Now I would like to redouble this. What would the redouble be? Reserve of points. Yes, that sounds like a good strategy to try to hit them. My hand is when with nobody vulnerable. Okay, now it's 3 no traps. Nobody vulnerable. Playing for a penalty is very attractive. Anyway, the guy shows 5 clubs and 4 in a major. We can establish, I hope, 3 hard tricks. At least. Maybe 4. We have some problem in communications and entries to dummy, unless the ace of spades is on side. But I think I should start with, I should hope for an entry to dummy. Clubs. Okay, that's a nice card. So now we can guarantee the contract. We have 5 diamonds, a club, and 3 hearts. If he had ducked, then there would be something else, but he didn't. And now we have 10 tricks, and we'll lose the last one. We can play. 5 imps. It's a low scoring tournament so far. Not a lot of big hands. 1 hard opening bid. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds from a past hand. Vulnerable versus not. Does he play that 2? I don't know whether those robots play 2 diamonds as something else than diamonds. I'll assume they do. Their system is more sophisticated than the BBO typical system. Anyway, I have kind of a balanced hand, so I'll just pass. And when declaring, I have to keep that in mind. Looks like he couldn't open 2 diamonds, showing diamonds. And now we have 5 hearts, 1 diamond, 6, ace, king of clubs is 8, and all we need is 1 spade to get to 9. So our main risk here is that this overcall is only on a 5-card suit, ace, queen, jack, 9. It's possible. In that case, I should be ducking. But it was possible, but not really likely. Well, it was, but at least he had the ace of diamonds as well. Now dummies high. And we made 10 tricks. Okay, all vulnerable. No temptation to step out of line here. We'll keep passing. I'm not sure how the robot signals, by the way. I think that I should play a low club. It's a strange beginning. Cashing 2 clubs, then stopping. The only thing that concerns us is we'd like to have partner attacking spades at some point. Okay, that's why he stopped. He thought that I had 3 clubs. Maybe correctly, I don't know. So we have 5 club tricks and 2 spades. He's got it all, but that's down 1. 0 imps. 13 high card points. Spade 2 clubs. I don't want to pay the trumps. Without any stoppers there. But now I want to cooperate. This should be a strong hand. Yes, hope of slam. I have a very nice hand. For a minimum, ace king of clubs in his long suit. Now this is a 5 heart response, 2 key cards without a queen of spades. And there we are. Well, another big hand, regardless of the result. Let's see. Not so great. Interesting hand to play, though. If we guess spades, we are in very good shape. We can, especially if we can ruff the diamond too. We would have 5 spade tricks, 2 diamonds, 7, 3 clubs, 10, 1 heart, 11, and the diamond ruff, 12. So if we can guess spades, and this lead, the queen of diamonds lead, is most often from length, not from shortness. So in the abstract, I would see if West has the diamond length, all other lengths on balance should be in East. So for me to guess spades, I would assume that East has it. And that is probably a good way to start. Ace of diamonds and then Jack of spades. I might lose to a singleton queen with West. There's always that risk. But since I want to keep that deuce of spades for ruffing a diamond, and if spades are 4-1, it's much more likely that his singleton is anything other than the queen, West singleton. Now, if I lose to the queen of spades, I basically need to ruff a diamond and get 4 club tricks and not get a heart shift. So I'm dead, basically. But still, that looks like a reasonable approach. Okay. So now you can ruff a diamond, low, hope that it survives. Okay, now if spades are 3-2, we're home. 12. Very good. Now we draw trumps. There's even a chance of an over trick if the jack of clubs is short. Now I might run my trumps. I will run my trumps, but there's no squeeze because for a squeeze to operate, West would have to have the king, queen of hearts, and the long jack of clubs. He would have led a heart with that. So there's no squeeze, but just to keep practice, keep in shape. Let's just run our side tricks. Let's see. And 12 tricks. King, queen of hearts were offside. That is a big board. 14 imps, only 6 people managed to get the same score. Okay. 11 high card points. It's a 1 heart response followed by some kind of invite, most likely. Two no trumps is probably reasonable, although I would like to find out about hearts. Oh, he plays XYZ, so that's good. And two clubs and then two hearts. That shows an invitation with five hearts. I would like slightly better hearts, but my main chance of game is a good heart holding with him. There you go. I wouldn't like to be no trumps if he has shortness in diamonds, even only a doubleton, not necessarily full shortness. Well, he has 4-3-3-3, now 3 no trumps. It's probably okay with 4-3-3-3. The trump lead, though, is always revealing. That's a general rule of bridge play. Why is this guy leading a trump? He probably has stuff everywhere, probably. So let's start with, he might have been killing his partner's queen. So we have to establish this spade trick here. Okay, he didn't have the ace of spades. Interesting. Now I still think that he has, wow. Now the diamond finesse is in order. Now we draw trumps. Now we can maybe play 4. Can this guy have, I think he ducked. I don't think he's shifted to a low club from ace queen 10. He discarded the 10 of clubs, right? So I will assume that he ducked the ace of clubs. Now, should I lead the jack of diamonds or a low diamond? He has 3 hearts. Can he have 2 diamonds only? If he has 3, it doesn't matter. But if he has 4, king 9 or king 10, then I have to play the jack to capture East's lower honor. He would have 3 hearts, three or 4 spades, 3 clubs. He could have a doubleton diamond. Yes, he could. He has 4-4 in the blacks. Could have it. But why would East discard the 10 of clubs on queen 10 third? Makes little sense. Very little sense. If that is the case, I should lead the king of clubs, of course. Establish the 9. Just lead a low diamond. For him to have 4 diamonds, he would have to have 4-3-3-3. Exactly. He wouldn't duck a club from with the doubleton. Would have to have 4 diamonds, 3-3-3. I've seen 3 spades in his hand. Yeah, low diamond. 9 is a nice card. Looks like king 9 third. So we have still 2 tricks. One trick is right here. And indeed. Oh, he did play low from ace queen 10 fifth. That's it's not a defense I would expect. Anyway. Not full versus full. It's good to open with shapely hands in these conditions. He's forcing the game. Maybe he'll be disappointed. Ace and king is not so bad. Oh, I'll have to take this. Just let me just stop. Oh, I will stop the transmission. He calls again. Okay, no, no, no. Let's go back. Ah, three no. Let's play 3 no trumps. Wow, never hit his spades. We might have 4 clubs, ace, king. That's 8. It's not a good number. So I want them to duck a club. They didn't. Well, we're kind of desperate here. We want to use them to shift to a spade or something like that. See? Let's play a high card here. If he thinks he hit the jackpot. Okay. Now we've lost 3 tricks. There's no way, even if we establish spades, they are not so dumb as to put us back in our hand. So if I win the queen of clubs and play the queen of spades and capture the jack of spades, and now my spades are high, they'll just play clubs or diamonds and I'll be stuck in that. And so maybe there's no maybe about it. I'll just go down. I can just claim 8 top tricks. Actually, anything else risks going down more. -3. Yeah, the aggressiveness of the opening bid cost us a negative swing. Okay, 1-0 trump, 2 clubs, I pass. Let's defend 3-0. Not the best lead ever for us. Poor guy. Not complaining, but 11 haircut points in dummy, and I have 12. That's 23. Means that Potter has 0 to 2, which is very depressing. But we do our best, which is trying to find 9s and 10s in Partner's hand. Now that echoing spades means that Potter might likely has 5 to the queen, and that's it. That's all he's got. Okay, 4 tricks for us. Now I'll just cash the diamond. He will unblock. Well, he doesn't need to unblock. He still has. Yes, he will unblock. And now dummy's high. A way to make more tricks that I can see at least. Okay. The robot doesn't play 2/1 quiet game forcing. You see 10 plus. And so I don't like 2 clubs with that because of this singleton spade. I don't want to bypass 1-0 trump. That singleton spade is being the 10 means that we might get lucky in the spades. Okay, queen and 6 from east. See the heart. I want to drive out the ace of hearts. No, now I'll try to establish clubs. The ace and a low one. Didn't like that by play. Probably means that queen jack of clubs were in the east, and my alternative plan, which was to run the 10 of clubs, would have been successful. Diamonds are 4-4, so now if they can run a bunch of hearts, I will regret my heart play. The bunch shouldn't be more than 2. Yes, now I can claim. Yeah, running the 10 of clubs would have been more successful, but it did survive. 3 no trumps it. Somebody made this a horrible contract. Okay, all vulnerable. This is the kind of hand in which match points and imps are also very different. I don't like opening with this hand, even though third seat we usually open 3 cards. We open weaker, but this is a very bad club suit. And if it's passed out, I don't mind. Even if we have a small part score, which this is horrible thinking match points. But here, I think that keeping quiet with a balanced hand means that they will have fewer info to declare the hand. And the swing in getting them to misplay a hand is bigger than any possible part score battle that I might be embroiled with in. 7 of spades. 7 of spades. That's a high spade. Indeed. But partner doesn't have the queen of spades because he wouldn't lead the 7 of queen 9-7. And so I'll just continue spades. I don't want to break any new suit. That was a bad play by my partner to try to cash that ace of clubs. Didn't gain anything. Should have continued the spade instead of cashing the ace of clubs. Led 4 from 7 from 4 top ones. Okay. Remaining tricks are his. That means 1 down. Not bad. 2 imps out of a small board. 16 hacker points. And 3-0 for sure. But that's beating 2/1. We are vulnerable. We have a spade stopper. 10 of spades. If that is ace 10 9 fifth or queen 10 9 fifth, we need him to have. Let's see. If it's ace 10 9 fifth, I have to block the suit right now by winning it and establishing the clubs. Okay. So now if spades are blocked, yes, that is very nice. Now we can claim. It's a nice piece of visualization of the spade layout. Garnering 12 imps for us. 2 boards left. I will be able to record a video of 20 boards. That is quick. Especially if auctions are like this. 1 no, 3 no. Okay. 10 and 16, but that jack of spades is not great. 3 of spades means spades should be 4-3. We have 3 clubs, 2 hearts, 5, 1 spade and 1 diamond, 7. So we need basically to guess diamonds. First thing is to try to play that jack because sometimes they lead low from king queen. But bearing that, I have no fear for any switch. Let's just duck all these spades. And now I think I want to play. The play right playing diamonds is of course a diamond to the 10. But if I'm going to play that, I might as well lead low from dummy. Because sometimes people climb with the ace, Okay. I have to focus on the main chance here, which is the Jack of Diamonds on side. Jack of Diamonds on side and Diamonds 3-3. Now can, just because it's very, very unlikely that's this guy with 4 spades. See how it's already impossible that he has also Queen Jack of Hearts and 4 diamonds. So here we go. Diamonds were established and we can play. Plus 9. Last board. We are 4th out of 281 players. So maybe we'll still get a medal. 18 Hackard points. That is a double. Short in spades. Tolerance for hearts. And that is a raise. Playing with a good partner, I'd beat 4 diamonds here. Let's give it a shot. 4 diamonds. At least 6 cards. No, I don't like it. At least 6 cards. He plays Lebensol, right? 9 points at most. So no, he doesn't play Lebensol. So I'll just bid 4 hearts. And maybe your best shot was 3-0. Can it be that he has the preemptor has the ace? Can it be? Yes, indeed it was. Now we need to stop playing trumps, because if the preemptor has 2 hearts, we have to establish diamonds. We're planning on losing only 2 more trumps, basically. Roughing, a spade in dummy, if necessary. Okay, he roughed. There's only 1 more trump for them, if that much. In this case, not even that much. We can claim 11 tricks. My hand and draw trumps. If I drew that last trump and trumps were 4-2, somebody could rough a diamond and run spades. I would still have plenty of spade losers. So second, of course, is still in flux. We have Deborah Niesler from, I don't know if that's New Zealand or Australia. Somebody can enlighten me. Her flag is under her name. Well done, Deborah. 88 imps. We got so far a silver medal with 80 imps, but lots of people can still surpass us. We'll only see about that tomorrow. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this longer, lengthier video on imp play on Funbridge, the imp tournament of the day. See you. If there is a good response for that, I might do this on a regular basis. Okay, thank you, and see you later. Bye-bye.